The main reason why beginner drivers have problems to maintain themselves centered when driving is because they are not focusing on looking at the correct place. Instead, majority of the time, they're focusing on the lines that are on each side of the road. For instance, when we're looking at the left line, we find ourselves believing we are too close to the left line. And if we look at the right line, then we will think we're driving too much to the right or over the lines. Reason why this happens is because since you're new drivers, you may still not have a sense of orientation, direction of space, and so forth. So what we should always look at is the center of the lane. Let's begin gazing up towards the road and not focusing on the street itself or the lines. Keep aware of our surroundings. Let's try not to struggle with space or orientation and just relax. So you understand this best? Let's use this technique. Try to focus on a point between the road and the sky. Always keep your gaze at the center. There's many new drivers that focus their gaze up on the front of their vehicles. And doing this while driving to organize your thoughts and keep aware of your surroundings at all time just makes it much worse and is considered a huge no-no. That's why I tell you try to focus on a point between the road and the sky like I'm showing you guys here. Always keep that gaze at the center. It's important that new drivers always keep their eyes on the vehicle in front of them. But also very important that they keep their attention and awareness on their surroundings at all times. Now, another thing most new drivers are scared of is driving next to a huge truck. Now, new drivers will immediately start to get scared and tense up and tend to steer the wheel to the opposite side. Again, when this happens, please keep yourself calm. The other drivers know how to control their vehicle. You must learn how to control yours and worry only about controlling yours. And also remaining calm and aware. Keep your eyes in the road ahead. Relax your hands and forget about the vehicles next to you. Of course, we shall always be caution because vehicles can suddenly cross your lane and accidents do happen. Which is why I tell you to be aware but yet relaxed and drive carefully. Another problem that new drivers face is that when turning a corner, they tend to focus their gaze at the sidewalk, which will always lead to the vehicle drifting over or possibly riding the sidewalk. When turning, I shall tell you the same thing. Maintain your gaze up, ahead on the road, so you will be able to control your vehicle and proceed appropriately. Same issue arises when we are turning a curve. If we keep our eyes focused on the ramp, you will for sure feel that you will be too close to the ramp. Then you will start struggling steering your wheel to keep yourself centered. The proper thing to do is focus your gaze at the center of the road ahead. Keeping your gaze towards the middle will automatically establish a sense of stability and reduce the rigidity and tension that you may feel. And guys, this feeling is completely normal. Happens to everyone. It's just a matter of practicing and getting comfortable with your vehicle. Once you get the hang of it, you'll start to understand these techniques and it will come natural to you later on. Just remember that your gaze is very important and focusing on just one point when turning corners or curves can be tricky and cause you to tense up. Gaze up and to the center always. Do not focus on a specific point when you're making turns or on a curb or a ramp like this. This will only cause you, one more time, this will only cause you to tense up. Make sure you instead focus on the landscape. Focus on that point in front of you and look at your surroundings. That way you'll have a better view and you won't feel as tense. So one of the reasons why we have trouble being centered is the vision, where you tend to focus on. And the second one has to do with the steering wheel, the position of your hands, the tension you may feel, and how stressed you are behind that wheel. Beginners are always nervous when they drive, resulting in them having a tight grip of the steering wheel. And if there's another vehicle nearby, they will start unconsciously moving to the opposite side. And this is completely normal and natural. I've had many new drivers ask me, if I keep the steering wheel straight and stiff, will my car go straight? You all know that the streets are not all straight. They have curves, therefore you cannot expect your steering wheel to remain straight. So your car could remain straight, because that is unlikely. Your car moves when your steering wheel moves. When there are curves, you will need to move slightly your steering wheel along with your vision in order to maintain the car on the road. Majority of the time when we drive off the lane is mainly due to us holding the steering wheel too tight and us being too tensed up. Appropriate position is very important. So holding the steering wheel with both hands but also maintaining the arms and hands relaxed is very important. So for example, if we hold the steering wheel like this with one hand on top and another one at the bottom, then the one at the bottom will have more weight than the other one, which could cause the vehicle to drive off the lane or road. It's important that when we begin to drive, we learn how to position our hands appropriately. There's, however, another reason that our vehicles could be drifting off the lane and causing us to struggle with keeping them centered. This wouldn't be your fault. This would most likely be something that has to be taken to a mechanic for, since it has to do with the direction of your automobile. However, you can sometimes figure it out on your own. Sometimes it's a problem involving the tires, such as having too much pressure in one of them. So if you have the right side with too much pressure and you're driving, you will most likely feel the car drift to the right a lot. It's important to keep pressures equally the same. So keep an eye on that. Now, going over again on a topic I previously spoke about in one of my other videos, but some people weren't very clear with. So I'm going to go ahead and go over it one more time. Well guys, hope this video was indeed helpful. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for more educational videos like these.